The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Welcome to another wonderful edition of the McGee Uncensored Podcast with your host, McGee. I think this episode is going to be quite entertaining. I've been sitting on this one for a little bit. This is the story of Naked Yates. Now, Yates is a buddy I went to high school with. Funny guy. Expected him to hit on all the older women in the bar or the club. He may say some awkward things, but it's hilarious nonetheless. And I don't think he cared much who he hooked up with, knowing his track record. A lot more losses than wins, let's put it that way. But the hookup I'm about to tell you is of epic proportions. It won't last that long, so I'm going to build it up a little bit. Now, obviously I wasn't on hand when this all went down, and I'm getting this story from the girl Yates had hooked up with. Now, I'm not one personally to talk about my personal life in such a manner of who I've had sex with or telling people. I don't know why she did, but she was kind of an airhead, and she will remain nameless. The story really isn't about her. Now, this all went down, years ago. The girl had attended WVU, and she was a few years younger than us in high school. About 2, to be exact. So, cross paths. Over the years or whatnot. So it's not like this girl's like 10 years younger than us. Anyway, Yates went down to WVU, hooked up with the girl at her apartment, which I had been to the apartment before. A couple of us, we had gone down WVU, so I know how the apartment setup was, so it gives me a better understanding of how this story went down. So Yates, I guess he wrecks shop, takes care of business. In the middle of the night, the girl awakens to find no Yates next to her. In a panic, she looks around, doesn't know where he's at, goes out into what would be the common area, living room, so to speak, because then there's a kitchen like off to the side. And as she walks out of the room, the TV's on. She comes around a corner, and there's Yates, naked, eating a bag of chips with his socks on. And the girl goes, "What are you doing? Get in my room before my roommate comes out." And who knows what would happen. And to which Yates responded, "I got hungry." So, for anyone who knows him, this would not surprise you at all. But if the roommate had gotten up, walked out into their common area, and seen this strange man naked, just in his socks, on their futon or couch, whatever it was at the time, eating a bag of chips, I'm sure she would be freaked out a little bit, and there would have been a discussion among the roommates as to keeping the company in each other's rooms when they have a hookup. Not that there's a moral to this story, but I do suggest, for anyone having a hookup, man or woman, get out of that person's room in the middle of the night, go into their kitchen, find a bag of chips, and sit naked on their couch and watch TV, leaving your socks on. And that might be the least wildest Yates story I'd be telling on this podcast. I'll stay tuned for more outlandish storytellings by myself. This has been McGee Uncensored Podcast with your host McGee. Follow me on Twitter or unfollow me. I really don't care. Like my Facebook page, McGee Uncensored. Go to my Instagram, because I really need people to like my pointless photos. So until next time.